Hello, dear friends. The wet race is contaminated with prejudices, but here I am referring to the new souls. Opinion piece, another humanity, universal era, utopian society, new civilization, the future race, the fog of lethargy, solo energy hangover, decline of world order. Let's start. Since 1994, a new type of soul has been born, and the Rainbow Children were the pioneers of the new human prototype, then the Sun Children of 2012, and currently the Children of the Central Sun from now on, who do not arrive with any negative karmic patterns to resolve. According to Judith Castle, the precursors were the Rainbow Children, who paved the way for the Sun Children to arrive. Lady Gaia has resigned as a teaching school for souls, which means that the school is now closed and that souls no longer need to come to Earth to gain lessons in the highest mastery, nor work through negative patterns created with other souls in other lives. By the year 2032, everything will be more or less complete as far as the first extensive phase is concerned, since by that time, those souls who choose to ascend fully will have ascended to the new earth and changed into the new light body. The move away from the negative connotation, to move away, I mean, from the negative connotation of the wet race, science had to modify its way of referring to human populations and accept the existence of a single species, Homo sapiens. In 1972, a study by Harvard professor Richard Lewontin results showed no significant differences in separating human races. Later studies verified that the sequence of genetic bases in human DNA is 99.9% identical. Cosmic race. The cosmic race is an essay published in Madrid, Spain in 1925 by the Mexican philosopher and academic José Vasconcelos Calderón. He expressed the idea of a fifth race on the American continent, an agglomeration of all the races of the world without any distinction to build a new civilization called Universopolis, and peoples from all over the world transmitting their knowledge. According to the author, the inhabitants of Iberoamerica have territorial, racial, and spiritual factors to begin the universal era of humankind. The Future Race, also known as Vril, the Power of the Coming Race, is a science fiction novel written by Edward Bulwer Lytton, published in 1871. The novel follows the story of a young man who goes into a mine and discovers an underground world inhabited by the Vrilya, a superior and peaceful race that lives in a utopian society. The Vrilya are vegetarians, mystics, and use an energy called Vril that is capable of performing feats such as healing, destroying, controlling the weather, and influencing the minds and bodies of animals and plants. This energy is so powerful that it had eliminated wars, since its use as a weapon would mean the complete annihilation of both sides. The society of the Vrilya is peaceful and utopian, without poverty, rivalries, or extreme behavior. Women play a major role in society, controlling courtship, reproduction, and the perpetuation of the race. The Vrilya use automatons for household chores and fly with the help of artificial wings. Solar storms. The highest number of sunspots in 22 years. The average number of sunspots for May 2024 was 172, the highest value in 22 years. So far, June is even higher, at 200. If it continues for the rest of the month, June could record the highest number of sunspots since December 2001. The fog of lethargy invades us, and it takes a conscious effort to break out of it when it covers our consciousness. It is called an energy hangover when it is caused by solar storms. It feels like you have a ton of gravel on top of you, and you can't move. Lethargy is usually used to avoid arguing with others. Then you can feign ignorance or be busy with other things, etc. Curious. Scientists have seen colors invisible to the human eye. Boeing's first manned mission takes off towards the space station. A Swiss school which will use remote monitoring bracelets on children. The Hunger Games will return in 2025 with a new novel. The breakdown of the international order can be seen in the proliferation of conflicts affecting 2 billion people in countries such as Myanmar, Sudan, Haiti, and the Congo. Economy. The ECB lowers interest rates. It is the first cut in 8 years. The European Union announces a serious energy crisis. They estimate that Europe has lost 700 billion euros due to attempts to give up Russian gas. Macron and Scholz lead Europe in the midst of economic stagnation. Congratulations. Only 57% of young Germans aged 16 to 25 say they will not vote. They will vote. Hungary insists on increasing cooperation with Russia in the nuclear sector despite sanctions. China and Russia plan to increase supplies through the land-grain corridor. BRICS single currency will undermine dollar dominance. BRIC countries accept their different paths to development. The BRICS are a dialogue of cultures, while the West is left out of the group because it insists that there are no other cultures and civilizations than the West, as commented at the St. Petersburg Forum. US expert calls for stealing Chinese electric vehicle technology. OPEC forecasts that oil demand will grow by 2.2 million barrels per day in 2024. USA. Trump claims that he will reform the judicial system because it is corrupt, in quotes. The likelihood that the trials against Trump will begin before the election decreases. Rubio is the only Hispanic on Trump's short list for vice president. Putin defends Trump and doesn't give in Ukraine. Putin considers a possible Russian attack against NATO countries absurd. Leaders of 17 countries, including Spain and Colombia, support Biden's gas plan for Gaza. Spain. The IMF improves Spain's growth by half a point in 2024 to 2.4%. The IBEX 35 closes at its highest level since July 2015, exceeding the level of 11,400 points. Spain will intervene in the lawsuit against Israel at the International Court of Justice. Intense heat, storms and waves put 12 provinces on alert. Industrial production rebounded 13.4% in April, after the decline in March. Drug traffickers in Spain attacked the civil guard with weapons sent to Ukraine. Americas. Without an agreement with Europe, Mercosur is once again betting on the relationship with China. The markets in Mexico didn't reach very well to Sheinbaum's victory. Mexico denies first fatal case of avian flu in humans. Milei raises energy rates again. Milei will veto the approval of an improvement in pensions. Milei claims to be the mole that destroys the state from within. Milei foresees the dismissal of another 50,000 civil servants to reduce the state by half. The government of Argentina dissolves the area of protection against gender violence. Bukele explains to Tucker Carlson how he managed to reduce violence in El Salvador. El Salvador seeks to strengthen its commercial relationships with Russia. The president of Guatemala demands cooperation against globalized corruption. Colombian mercenary who joined Kiev through TikTok surrenders to Russia. Russia studies building renewable energy facilities in Cuba. Venezuela wants to join the BRICS as quickly as possible. Neutralized 84 illegal mining structures in a protected area of Venezuela. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.